Back with more Final Fight CD. Not the most popular game in the world, but that's okay. I'm the one calling the shots here, so if you don't like the game, well, too bad. I don't fear the weather, I don't fear the sea, I don't fear if you're uninterested in Final Fight CD. That was, probably kind of hard to tell, but that was a snippet of Bones in the Ocean. Well, I mean, I changed the lyrics, but the tune was from Bones in the Ocean. This is an old sea shanty. Gee, isn't it weird how sea shanties of all things are making a comeback lately? Probably for the first time in like nearly 300 years. What the hell's going on with our world? We've just run out of new popular music, so we're listening to old British sailor music from the 18th century. Crazy times. Alright, so the game offers you the opportunity to switch characters in between, continues, I guess you could say, but we don't want to do that. So that picture you saw of Mike Hagar trying to blow out the dynamite, that also appears in the Continue show. You know, as part of their intro, they have all the Continue screens, and they have that music. Yeah, you know that one. Statistically speaking, you've stopped watching the video at this point. But anyway, yeah, I like the Continue show, kind of. I mean, nothing's ever really made me laugh out loud, but it's there. They've been doing that stuff for 10 years now, and surprisingly, the channel never really got big. You'd think just as a matter of inflation that their channel would be at least like 400,000 subs by now, just by virtue of staying in the game for this long, but it hit maybe like 200,000 in around 2012, and then it never got any higher than that. That's too bad, because those are some funny guys. So we just beat a Shogun, by the way. The key to beating him is to hit him with his own weapon. So round 2 is clear, as you can see. There wasn't enough spacing between the word round and 2. Hey look, it's just like that minigame from Street Fighter. Did this game do it first? I don't know, what the hell are you asking me for? But anyway, yeah, same premise applies. I think you have to hit the car from multiple sides to do more damage, because the sprite is not changing, even though I continue to wail on it. So fast that the sprite of the crowbar can't even keep up. See how it's kind of going back to its position before it should? In the Street Fighter 3 car smashing minigame, they had like a rap song that had these weird lyrics that appear in all these different places. It's like the lyrics aren't owned by one company, they're just like royalty-free lyrics that appear in various different forms of media, and anyway they go like, well, Mr. Lyrical Paragraphs, your tracks make me laugh, in front of the microphone you couldn't pass math, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so anybody can use those lyrics, I guess. I don't know if they're like royalty-free or something, but yeah, they also appeared in like an Ape Escape PSP game, and I found them in this weird YouTube video with like 2,000 views of a crackhead doing a dance at a Euro shop, and I'm sure I've talked about that on the show before. That video's goddamned hysterical. It's doing, man, it's for the vine, man, and he does his crazy dance, and I'm not going to repeat the things that he said, because that would get me in trouble. But anyway, yeah. Funny stuff. Just watching that crackhead go. And then one of the comments in there is really weird and scary. I think it's like something about like joining a cult and like seeing the light, or something kind of ridiculous like that. You ever notice how cult talk is only maybe like 15% different from regular religious talk? Like, you know, they use all the same terminology about like seeing the light and all eyes shall be open to the glory and that type of stuff. There really isn't that big of a difference, which kinda raises some questions here and there. You know, I guess people don't question their own religions a whole lot because they've been grandfathered into them, but from an outside perspective, when you look at them, they all look kind of similar in a sense, but that's not what you came on here and this Let's Play of Final Fight 2 to hear. We're not gonna get into a philosophical discussion in a Let's Play. Who the hell would do that? That would just be ridiculous. That purple-shirted character in the background looks a bit like Chuck Norris, doesn't he? Remember when Chuck Norris was popular in 2007-ish and all those Chuck Norris jokes? And when Chuck Norris jumps into the water, he doesn't get wet. The water gets Chuck Norris. Some of those jokes were funny because they were like, you know, the overarching theme of Chuck Norris being tough, and some of them were really just kind of stupid though, and they just make you groan. One of them was like, one day Chuck Norris sneezed on 3 people. I should just leave it at that, but those 3 people were Shigeru Miyamoto, Will Wright, and I don't remember who the third person was because I read this joke like once 12 years ago. But anyway, the premise of the joke was his sneeze gave them the power to make awesome video games. And this is fucking stupid. Who comes up with this shit? Who writes this shit? Oh no, we are being taken to a secret location. We gotta fight the Circus Brothers or whatever they're calling them. So yeah, just gonna stick with Hagar throughout this whole playthrough. I mean, well, why wouldn't we? As I said in the last episode, nobody plays Final Fight to play as Cody. This ain't no Zack and Cody. Zack and Cody. When did that officially go off the air? Like 2006 or 2007? I used to watch that occasionally when I was a lad, and I noticed it kinda, even as a kid, I kinda noticed it had like a weird production schedule where like new episodes would be on like a Thursday afternoon at like 3:30. That was very strange. Normally, you know, TV stations want to put their new episodes on at a time when people are gonna see them. You know, maybe like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. and then usually on a Friday or a Saturday. I guess Disney Channel didn't believe in their own show by putting the new episodes on such an odd time slot. That did happen at least once, I can tell you that much. Anyway, yeah, that show ended. And all those people went on to have fulfilling careers, I'm sure. The Asian lady from the show went on to star in the Social Network, and she gave somebody a blowjob in that one scene. That was my favorite part. But yeah, I'm not making that up. That was a real thing that happened. Brenda Song gave a dude a blowjob in the Social Network. Well, I mean, they don't show you everything, it's implied, but yeah, what a shocking thing for me to see at that age. I guess the days of Disney Channel innocence ended that day. Welcome to the real world. So anywho, here's an interesting take on civilians versus corrupt cops or whatever. That certainly fit the narrative of the time this game came out. What with the LA riots and such. Yeah, the overarching theme of prevalent street crime was really just a thing in all media during this age. It was in like the Tim Burton Batman movie, and it was even in Tom and Jerry Kids. I've talked about it on the show before, but I had a VHS of Tom and Jerry Kids, and watching it for the first time in like 2007 felt really weird because It was extremely early 90s. They had like a rapping rat with a flat top, and it was themed very similar to Final Fight CD almost. Like, picture that background, and it is basically the same idea. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say before this episode wrapped up, and now it's not coming to me. So the game crashed, like I warned about in episode 1. Sometimes the Mega SG struggles with the in-betweens on the levels. That's unfortunate. Okay, give me a minute to try and remember what I was going to say, and then we'll finish the episode. One moment, please. Okay, so I remembered what I was going to say. I think Mike Hagar would be a good choice for a Smash Bros. Character. However, at this point I feel like it's too late, because his moveset would be very similar to Incineroar, because he's got the drop kick and the lariat and the suplex, and those are all things that Incineroar already does, and they would be too similar to be unique characters, so I guess that's probably not something that's gonna happen, but it's cool to think about.